I want to let you know I've listened to it in my car. I've listened to it on headphones. The dinner listen was the listen.
We had a 1987 Plymouth Horizon, and Whole Lotta Love came on, an AM station, and he was like, want to hear how we used to listen to this?
You can go ahead and cancel me, by the way, you guys, listeners. Go ahead and cancel me for this. Far and wide. Fucking hate that song.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Roach, Koach, the new metal podcast you deserve. My name is Lauren Kozlowski. With me, as always, the original Roach rider, Mr. Matt Nas.
Keep it rolling, baby.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Very special episode of the Koach here today. A very special Who's Tweeting episode.
Who's tweeting?
Thank you, Matt. We are joined by friend of the show, Road Dog.
Road Dog.
He's a man about town in your town. He's either been to your town or he's come to your town. It's Will Anderson of Hotline TNT.
Yeah! What's up, guys? Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Will, we're so happy to have you back. Last time we had you on, you were mid-tour. This time we have you on, you're once again mid-tour, touring your hot new record, Raspberry. Why am I can't remember the name of the record?
I was like, he's drawing it out.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I got it right here. I own a physical copy, baby.
Raspberry for short.
Raspberry Moon. It's beloved critics. That Matt's got his physical copy there.
Looks like a watermelon. Yep.
You got the watermelon. Yep.
Yeah. Listen, I listened to this tonight before we recorded. I gave it a dinner listen, everybody, and had it on the stereo. It was actually my first on CD. Cracked open the CD, put it on for dinner. I want to let you know I've listened to it in my car. I've listened to it on headphones. The dinner listen was the listen. I got to tell you, having it coming out of them speakers, filling the room, I feel like that might be the optimal way. Will, when you're making these records, and you've been asked a million questions about this record, but do you ever think about optimal, like, road trip, in a car, in a house? Are you thinking about that?
I do. Well, we try to cover all the bases, and you guys kind of you encapsulate it right there. You know, the CD version is good for one thing. The record version is good for another thing. I want everyone to be taken care of. And by the way, every variant, like medium-wise, has different artwork. So the CD has different liner notes. The record has an insert. The tape has some special stuff. So yeah, I definitely I think about this stuff when I'm like putting the packaging together. Music, I don't care about that. But the packaging.
It's all about the packaging, baby.
No, but I mean, it's got food in the title, raspberry. So it's going to be good for dinner.
That's
if you
right.
Have raspberries or not.
Good point. Good point. Well, we're excited to have you on. You are mid-tour. You're taking a small break. You're spending some time with the coach. We wanted to hit on some topics with you. Obviously, the last time we had you on, we were talking all about LP, all about Linkin Park. Yep. And since then, they've dropped a new record. They've dropped a new vocalist. They've been taking this tour. Depending on who you talk to, who you read, either it's a glowing success or a massive failure, depending on who you talk to.
Depending on what your algorithm's telling you, I guess, which silo you're in.
Yeah. We recently covered that one of the most insane things that's happened recently is that they're doing Fort Minor covers in the show.
Wow.
But not playing Faint.
They didn't play Faint, but they did a Fort Minor cover.
All right.
What's going on? What's going on?
I feel like last time I tuned into the show, you guys were, I think it was like, I need to listen to the coach right now because this is where I'm going to hear about this.
Okay.
And it was like, I think it was when did you guys do when they like downgraded their LA show?
I think
that.
Did we talk about that?
We talked about it for sure on a Who's Tweeting.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think that's where I last checked in. I hope that doesn't date me too much. I don't know if that wasn't a long time ago, but.
No, not too long ago.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, from what I'm gathering, my news feed is telling me it's a massive failure. So I haven't really watched footage yet, but from what I'm reading online, what I'm seeing, it doesn't seem like it's going that great. But you guys need to fill me in a little bit, I think.
Well, I mean, the thing is that I had talked to a friend who went to see them at Sonic Temple, and he said that it was like a real 50-50 situation of like some songs she's nailing it. She sounds just like Chester. It's unbelievable. but then as a stage presence, she doesn't have it. She still feels awkward, and that but it's a big upgrade. It's a big
Yeah.
jump, bigger stages.
Yeah.
So
It'd
that's
take a while for the sea legs to develop for sure.
Absolutely. Maybe that's why Shinoda's like, listen, I'll do a solo track. Give you a minute. Take a break. Get a water.
So yeah, what's happening? He's taking over on the mic, and they're just doing.
They're doing a whole "Where Did You Go" part. Like it's as if Linkin Park doesn't have enough songs.
Well, I'm kind of thinking about like, the zeitgeist of like, does that song have equal weight as some of the Linkin Park songs at this point? Like, obviously not for us, but like, I don't know.
I mean, it was something of. I think it was the hit from that album, so it's not like it's unfamiliar. It does seem like an interesting pivot to sort of integrate Fort Minor more into the Linkin Park canon, to try to say like this is all one. Think of this as all a joined thing.
Yeah.
Because in a way, Shinoda was co-frontman, but really it was the Chester Show. But now he's forced to actually be the frontman, really truly, since he's the original guy left. So he's got to do it, and thus, I guess if you feel that strongly in your back catalog, even though that's a song where I feel like the big moment on that song is not what Shinoda does, but it's the hook sung by somebody else.
Wait, which song are we talking about exactly?
Where'd You Go? It's the Skylar Grey. Yeah, it does the hook. Yeah.
So is the new Linkin Park singer? Sorry, what's her name?
Emily.
Is she singing that hook now?
That I don't know, but you know what? She probably is.
Maybe that's why it works.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Because I was just thinking about the big Fort Minor song, 20% Fame.
Oh yeah,
yes, that's right. Doing some new metal math.
Mathing it up.
Because that I feel like was a pretty mainstream hit. Like that was in NBA commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As an NBA guy, I know that. So I'm just saying, obviously for us new metal guys, it doesn't touch anything in Linkin Park's. Even One More Light. It doesn't touch any of that stuff.
No.
But for the broader public who's going to these shows, maybe that would hit just as hard. I don't know.
That's very true. I hadn't thought about that.
Maybe they're not. I don't know if they're playing that song. So
yeah, I don't know. But right now it seems like they've downgraded a bunch of shows. They're going to be playing Detroit soon. Matt, did you get your ticks?
They are playing Little Caesars Arena.
Okay.
They're playing August 14th, 2025,
wow.
the day after my birthday. And
happy birthday.
I'm not celebrating with the boys of Linkin Park and the ladies of Linkin Park. I will be somewhere else, somewhere I belong.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Well done, Matt. Matt.
Yeah, buddy.
Will, let's talk about something that we've talked about a lot on this show. It's not really new metal related, but I felt we should discuss it because a lot of people come to my DMs about it. It's the fact that I don't believe in ghosts.
Correct.
But comedian Matt Rife has taken possession of the Annabelle doll, and now everyone is very concerned that it's going to kill him. And I'm just really mad about it because, for one, no, it's not, because ghosts aren't real. And I'm just mad. I don't know why. Because it seems like at first I thought it was like everyone's just having a laugh. But then I was like, no, people are legitimately concerned for him and think that this doll's going to kill him. And I'm just like, to what end? To why? And is she going to do it at night so she doesn't get arrested and go to jail?
I mean, I think I saw the original Annabelle, which is itself a spin-off of
The Conjuring.
And I think she definitely, like, the plot is that she kind of makes it look like it wasn't her for a long time, right? Is that true?
I haven't seen it because the Conjuring stuff was all ghost horror, and I'm not really into the ghost horror. I like more of like a slasher type of thing. I'm a big Terrifier guy.
Love Terrifier.
Incredible.
We just started with Terrifier 3. That was the first one I ever saw. Didn't know anything about it.
Oh, see, I started with 2 and then went all around. So yeah.
I think we talked about this maybe.
We might have talked about this.
I think we talked about this in person. But anyway.
We did, yes.
I don't know who Matt Rife is either, but
he's a stand-up.
Okay.
Yeah, he got very popular during COVID because him and a couple other comics were the first ones to really post all their shorts were crowd work.
Okay.
So
I probably recognize him if I saw him. But
yeah,
anyway,
he's very young, and he is very much like if Luke Perry, circa 90210, did stand up.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty good. Pretty good
he's
example.
attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Ladies like him.
Ladies like he's very swoony,
I
very
need to get his
dreamy.
Instagram just to block
But
it and make sure I never
then-
go there. Okay.
For a reason that is beyond my knowledge, he decided to get some work done, and like it's all chin. It is just like all the baby fat is gone and it's straight. Cut.
He's
you
trying
with
to
the
do
chin.
the mewing thing. You heard about this
Yes,
mewing?
yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
But anyway, back to Annabelle. I don't believe in ghosts. I'm pretty like I'm a man of science more than anything else. I do believe in energy and curses though.
Ooh.
I think curses
I
should
said
be
the
real.
same. I totally believe in curses.
Yeah. So it might not be Annabelle herself, but I feel like there are weird objects that can like pass on energy. I could go for that. I could go for that. If Matt ends up dead, which we hope he doesn't.
I definitely hope I don't yet.
Oh no, he was talking about Matt Rife.
No,
You?
me
Oh, you.
personally. I believe Will was talking directly to me.
I'm speaking to all Matts right now.
All Matt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He'll be at the next meeting, and I will tell him directly. Like, Will does not want us to die, and he'll be like, I gotta get rid of this Annabelle doll.
Yeah. So how did he come to own it anyway?
I guess the original the owners of the estate passed, and so it was up for bid, and so he basically is now in ownership of the estate of the Conjuring people, and that also means that he has the doll too.
How did they die?
I think they just passed away from being old.
Just
Did
passed
they?
away? Really?
Cute little story, huh? They just passed away, huh?
Just happened to pass away.
Must be nice not to
Well,
get murdered by a doll.
Listen, what's the problem? They can just come back, right? And just
Yeah.
haunt somebody else.
That's what
Hang
I'm
out in
planning to
somebody
do.
else's house.
Yeah.
What a depressing afterlife. All right.
Someone
Just
knows.
hanging out, bothering people. I don't want to do that. I'd love to just read. Anyway,
Your ghost is just in the corner of books forever.
well, I can't. But it's like the Twilight Zone. I can't pick any of them up because my hands can't pick anything up except they can knock over some stuff. That's about it.
Maybe you read over someone's shoulder. You know.
Yeah, you just gotta
At
hope they read
last.
the same pace.
Yeah. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're stuck reading whatever they're reading. It's
Yeah.
no
Well,
good. True hell.
Yeah. I don't know how this stuff works, but I assume there's a system in place for reading.
Absolutely.
There better be.
A place for ghosts to read. Well, perfect. I'm glad we were able to touch on that topic with you, Will. You know what? There was another topic going around that I thought we should talk about. It goes around every now and again where someone says, "What is the worst song ever?"
Yeah, I did see
been
that.
going around. This has been a hot prompt. Some people got very upset about it and said they've seen this prompt too many times, and obviously the worst music is some independently made crazy person CD that gets handed to you outside a venue, which I'm familiar with. I did internship with a radio station in college, and a guy walked up and handed a CD to the DJ I was helping, and I said, "What's on that?" And he goes, "This guy's giving me a CD at every event, and it sounds like he's playing like 7 guitars and warbling into a microphone that might not be plugged in, but there's another mic somewhere else." And he says it's basically unlistenable, and he's got millions of them. And I remember this man was wearing a T-shirt that looked like it had been bitten by a shark, but he hadn't been killed. It was just ripped apart.
Okay, I was gonna say it wasn't like the screen print; it was like a shark thing.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just actually, it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It just looked all ripped. And so, yeah. But I mean, that's like the not fun answer. So, Will, Matt,
Yeah.
what is the like worst song? Like, this is the worst song. Get it out of here. I never want to hear it ever again.
I mean, that's tough, man. Because I don't like. There is things I don't like, but that
Mhm.
doesn't necessitate that it's the worst song. You know, like I don't have one of those locked and loaded. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about worst songs.
Yeah, I saw this tweet going around. I saw some quote tweets that resonated with me for sure. I'm going to give you my own answer in a second, but The one that caught my attention, I think I hit the heart button on
Mhm.
this one, which is rare for me. I don't give out the hearts very often,
Mhm.
even though they're private. Sweet Caroline. You know that song? It's like sing at like every stadium.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then like the person said like it was already bad, but then when everyone started singing so good, that made it over the top terrible. And I do agree with that. It's hard for me to sit through that.
I feel the same way about Moni Moni.
Mm.
Like that when people start doing the get laid, get fucked during it.
Mm.
I'm like,
Oh, I'm not familiar with this.
Nah, me
oh,
either,
buddy.
actually. No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, maybe this is a rare Detroit's own homebrew.
This is your Herberts and Gerberts.
Yeah, this is my Herberts and Gerberts. At the Pontiac Silverdome, we were there, and they were playing Moni Moni when the Pistons played there. It's like one of the few basketball games I've been to in my life, and my mom was aghast and agog because they would be like, "Here she comes now, sing Moni Moni," and then the crowd would be like, "Hey, what? Get laid, get fucked," and it was like insane.
Never heard that.
No,
Wow,
thank you.
Bad.
I think I'd feel the same way. I actually kind of like the song Moni Moni. I think I remember it when I was a little kid because it was like just one of those songs when you're a kid that's like super easy to latch onto.
Yeah.
But that
I feel like that's the
one
one that like a crowd can ruin for me.
for sure.
Yeah, to your point, like Moni Moni's kind of a feel good party in the streets song.
Yeah.
Summertime, windows down, eating a Frosty, having a good time listening to Moni Moni, but like you get that crowd interaction and I'm like, no, thank you.
Before I move on, Lauren, do you have one in mind?
You know, the thing is that I when I saw the initial like prompt, the one thing I could think of was like a lot of like songs by honestly the two artists that I think of that I'm just like I don't like their general oeuvre in general because of there's so many lyrics is 311 and Taylor Swift have these songs where it's like these long run of lyrics that it's like I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, well, there's going to be like a chorus, and then like the chorus eventually happens, and I'm like, that's what we were waiting for, and then it goes back into more lyrics that are like a story, and I just want to like throw myself into a thresher. So that's like a general genre of song that I don't enjoy. I would say song overall that I don't like, it kind of varies because I was a big "Don't Stop Believin'" hater for a long time,
Love that
but
song.
I feel like that's worn me down a little bit because people like really love it in a very like sincere way, and it doesn't have any of those like Sweet Caroline or now I've learned Moni Moni ad libs on top of it. That doesn't make it so bad. But I mean, honestly, one of the worst songs I think is probably the song "Over" by Drake. I actually kind of like Drake, but that has one of the worst choruses of all time.
I love Drake, big Drake fan.
Mhm.
Hotline TNT, kind of a little bit named after a Drake song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Not really,
cool.
but like we're not shying away from it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
no one will ever make me hate Drake. But yeah, the early stuff's not very good, and that's I think one of his earlier tracks, right?
Yeah, that was the
Like,
big single.
first.
Well, that was the first single push from "Thank Me Later."
Yeah.
And I remember at the time I was a fan of "Best I Ever Had."
Yeah.
And then when that came out, I was like, no. What are we doing here? And every time I heard it, I remember there are a lot of Drake songs that over time I've come around on. And I would say like 2012, 2013, like I was like deep into Drake fandom.
Mm-hmm.
But that song has never made the cross for me.
I mean, most of that album for me, I can't listen to, including that song. Even as a huge Drake fan, I still can't listen to it that much. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
Worst song ever? No, I wouldn't go that far.
That's what's hard for me because like for
Yeah.
me, if I hear the intro to Rooster, hide your radio because it's gonna get. I fucking hate Rooster.
Rooster.
But to say that that's the worst song, no, not even close. I just personally loathe that song. But it is what it is.
This is a good segue, I think. That reminds me of something that makes my blood boil, grinds my gears, especially on the radio. Because I can't think of any other 2-packs like this. This is a 2-pack. I don't know. If,
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know of any other like sequences that happen like this, but every single time they play "We Will Rock You" on the radio, it goes to "We Are the Champions."
Yes, it
afterwards.
does.
right. Mm-hmm.
Why do they do that?
I
don't
believe
know.
I believe it's one song.
I don't think it is.
It is not one
It's
song.
not one
It's
song.
not.
It is two separate
It's
songs.
2 tracks on the album. Look this up.
I'm looking it up right now.
Because every time it plays on the radio, I'm like, can we just hear the one song? I just want to hear "We'll Rock You" because that song kicks ass. Still,
Yep.
one of the best guitar solos ever. And then, what did we find it?
So in 1977, they were issued together as a single, and then radio stations began playing the songs consecutively without interruption because they were both on the single together. So they just let it rock.
I
And
think
also, it's only 2 minutes long.
"We Will Rock You."
"We Will Rock You" is only 2 minutes long, and
I
"We
know.
Are the Champions."
What's
is,
wrong with the 2-minute song?
I love it.
I wish I could hear just the one because they're kind of like, one is like a let's get this shit going, and then the second
it
track
is.
is like it's over, we won, and it's like you don't want both every time.
This is a good point because they use "We Will Rock You" in the F1 movie. I don't know if you guys saw the F1
Haven't seen
movie.
it yet. Haven't seen it
Not
yet.
Okay. They use it in it, and when it's going, and I saw it in like a Dolby theater, and it was just like rocking the room. I was like, I've heard this song too many times, but right now it is killer, and it goes right up to it. And I remember having this moment where I'm like, wait, are we gonna get the next one? And they don't. It goes right into racing, and I was like, ooh, well, that felt good.
See
That
what I'm
felt
saying?
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But,
I
like,
hadn't
we're
I hadn't
all
put it together. It was an unconscious thought you've
We're
brought forward.
completely
Amazing.
conditioned to like expect that. It's like we're Pavlonian dogs at this point. Like, all right, it's gonna be "We're the Champions" now, and that song kind of doesn't hit for me ever. It's just like, I don't know.
I would have loved, because unfortunately on News of the World it does go track list. Side A, track 1's "We Will Rock You." Songs 2 is "We Are the Champions," followed by "Sheer Heart Attack." I would have loved if they would have just been like, track 11, boom, "We Are the Champions."
Exactly, it's a perfect
bookshelf it. Yeah.
Which is what we did on our new album. 2 questions, one at the end, one at the beginning. You got to think about this stuff. I don't think Freddie and those guys had this in mind. They should have taken some tips from me when they made that. But.
They should have. They should have.
And I will say, my favorite track off News of the World is "It's Late." There you go.
I don't know that one.
Oh man, give "It's Late" a car listen that has speakers that are almost blown, and I think that's kind of, it needs that AM radio, like just about to blow your speakers out. I had a once in a lifetime experience with my dad. We had a 1987 Plymouth Horizon, and "Whole Lot of Love" came on, an AM station, and he was like, "Want to hear how we used to listen to this?" And I am 8 years old, so I don't know what this old man's talking about. He's like, "Sit back," and he cranked it so loud, and like that middle part, the I part, used to be shown as a preview for the Channel 20 Thriller double feature in "Whole Lot of Love," when the weird guitar parts and everything like that. That part, loud as hell in this 87 Horizon. It was mind altering. And then I was like, I got to hear this song again. And we bought it on CD, and it was like, magic's gone. Magic's gone. It was just a once in a lifetime magic moment with that song.
This story, I got to jump in.
Yeah,
because that story like brings back a very, very similar story in my life. And my dad in Wisconsin, I can't remember the car. I think he had a Ford Escape, something, very suburban, whatever. But my dad was also obsessed with Queen. And I think he was also into ZZ Top. So we're listening to ZZ Top. And we were in the car waiting for something somewhere down by the Chippewa River. And he literally said to me, "Do you want to see how loud the car stereo can go? Let's just test it." And my dad's so mild mannered, and like he's a family lawyer. He doesn't get loose like that ever. But I was just like, whoa, my dad's about to like turn the music up super loud. Yeah, let's do it. And then I still remember it to this day of him just seeing how loud the volume meter can go with ZZ Top, and it was awesome. But it's fun to have.
Do you remember the song?
I don't. unfortunately. But I
That's
remember the
okay.
moment, and I do remember the Queen song that we ran a lot in the car was "Fat Bottom Girls," with that drum fill. He always did air drums to that drum fill.
There's a
But-
gnarly drum fill at the end of It's Late. It's awesome.
Okay.
Like just
I'll
all
check it.
toms, basically all
But
toms.
Queen is a car band, clearly.
Yes.
F1, Fat
Yeah.
Bottom Girls, It's Late, whatever.
Clearly. Well, I'd say like the band that my dad used to crank up Van Halen 1984 in the house, and he had a killer system. He still has a killer system to this day. And he had one of those great monitors with the systems with the volume knob. Every time you moved it, it felt super heavy and it would click, like a real definitive click every time you took it up. But I remember he got a Ford Thunderbird in 1990 that had a CD player, which was a big deal, and it had a volume control that it wasn't a knob, it was a little thing you'd tap. And so you'd tap it up.
Huh.
Oh yeah,
was like
it
a
was
little-
like a little thing
flipper,
that little
flipper.
lever.
Yes,
Okay,
little lever,
okay.
yeah. And I remember he would take us to school in the morning. My sister and I would get in the car. He'd get in the car, and he would put a CD in, and then he would tap it up real loud, and we would drive to school with it just super loud, whatever it is. But it wasn't always something heavy. It would be like Dire Straits or Invisible Touch or something like that.
Dads love Dire Straits.
I think it was like Brothers in
dads.
Arms was just like issued to them.
The moment my daughter was born, I started to get into Dire Straits.
Just a rite of passage.
It was. I was just like, all of a sudden, Sultans of Swing made sense, and I was just like, yeah, I get it.
Are you guys familiar with Alex G at all?
Yes,
I am.
You rock with his new album? You heard it at all yet?
I've not listened to this Sugar House. I want to say was the album.
That's the couple albums ago.
Yeah, that was my gateway. In.
Okay. The new one is called. What the fuck is it called? Headlights.
Yeah.
And they're calling it. I think the Pitchfork review said it's like hi-fi dad rock, and I was like, this is not dad rock.
I don't understand it. I feel like
Yeah.
they get one of these every year where everyone comes in, it's super critically acclaimed, and I put it on, and I'm like, this doesn't rip.
Yeah.
This doesn't.
Well,
I get always offended when it's like they throw rock signifiers and it's just like a dude who's just feeling something. Like listen, I think MJ Lenderman's good, but he doesn't rock. He don't rock, baby. He don't bring the riffs. I'm sorry.
I'm not legally allowed to comment on MJ Lenderman. He's a close friend.
Oh, that's fine. Listen, good work. Good work. I enjoy it. But this idea of him like rocking, he don't rock. Nobody's open.
But I would say Lenderman is closer to dad rock than Alex G is.
Oh,
I
sure.
I wouldn't
Absolutely.
put those two in the same category. And I by the way, I love
writing down and Lenderman. Check out later.
Oh yeah, Lenderman's he's amazing. But the new G record, Alex G, which is great, and I love it, has when you asked me what the worst song of all time was, there's a track on there. You can go ahead and cancel me, by the way, you guys, listeners. Go ahead and cancel me for this. What's the song called? Far and Wide. Fucking hate that song. And I think this happens in every Alex G album. I'm sure that the haters are going to come in the comments, but like, you didn't have to do that. Just leave that song off. He always does one weird song every album.
Listen, sometimes our most beloved artists have a stinker. You know what I mean? Where they just throw it on there and you go, they're so good that they fly too close to the sun.
Exactly.
And they put a piece of shit. Now, listen, Kanye West, very complicated, obviously, now. But during the run, just about every record, you'd be like, unbelievable. Yay, you did it again. Hands to the sky, touch the sky. And then he'd throw a turd in there. Graduation is like so close to being like diamond cut perfect. And then smack dab in the middle of it. You know what I'm going to say, Matt? Drunken Hot Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Drunken Hot Girls is not just not good, is actively bad. And it's like a stunner. Like, how did it get here? How did this get here? It's baffling.
John Bryan was not in the booth that day.
I forgot those two teamed up on that album. Yeah.
Which is insane. And I love that they teamed up. I'm a big
you're
John
thinking
Bryan
of Late
fan.
Registration. He wasn't.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Graduation.
John Bryan. Graduation.
I'm wrong.
I don't know who.
That's so weird because actually, when you said Graduation, I was seeing the Late Registration cover in my head.
Yeah, me too. And I'm totally wrong.
Yeah.
Either way.
But yeah, this happens. Everybody drops one. I love the 1975, and they will throw some fucking stinkers like right in the center of a bunch of those records. So it's it just happens. It happens.
But I mean, I've got people in my close friends circle that are saying "Far and Wide" is the best song. One of Alex's best song. I'm like,
this was the question that I was going to ask you. Now I consider this one cover to cover, baby. Cover to fucking cover.
Hey, Matt, no skips.
No skips. Okay, so right now, no skip
you guys
records.
are just saying that. Thank you, guys.
The new Hotline TNT, those 2 30 Seconds to Mars records, and that Sully Erna record.
Solo record.
No
That's
skips.
No skips.
Those
That's
are no skips.
Yeah.
Great company to be in.
Yeah.
But I wonder sometimes if an artist like an Alex G will put something far afield or way out there, almost like as a, let's see what they say about this one. Like,
Dude,
almost like what happens in the streets when I drop this one.
But he's obviously going to have people who are going to follow him down no matter how crazy he gets. I mean, he's just using like a weird voice. I know you haven't heard the record yet, but like he does this weird affect on his voice, and I'm like, come on, man, just give us the songs we want. But he's going to have people defending him no matter what. And I love the new record, Alex, but you didn't have to do that. But I do think, he's trying to is he trying to drive the Overton window? Like, what's he seeing how much he can get away with,
Well, I mean, the thing that always you got to look for is when people who don't normally rap decide to start rapping. That's when they're really pushing it to the edge.
Totally.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sure you are always thinking about the next record. And you're like, can I fit a rap in? Could I
just bust a verse?
I've got ideas for the next one. Not rap necessarily, but I have ideas.
Okay.
We're going places. Not the top of the Billboard charts, but places.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's not a bad place to be. Bad place to be.
Yeah.
So now to jump back briefly, I was reminded of another moment in my life though, where it was like this moment, this song, this setting cannot be touched. It was my buddy who used to drive me to school in high school. My buddy Anthony had an old beat up Firebird with really nasty speakers. And he used to play all these different metal bands for me. And one day he said, "You ever heard of Down?" And I was like, "I don't know who that is." And he's like, "It's a Pantera side project, but it's totally different." And he played me the song Eyes of the South in his beat up Firebird. And I thought it was the best fucking song I'd ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah. So the time and place when you get stuff matters so much.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But we're just we're building off all these stories you're telling, but getting back to something you said earlier, which really shocked me and disappointed me a little bit.
Oh,
not a 311 fan.
Oh no. Oh no.
Interesting.
No. 311 is so much promise and no delivery. For one, they refuse to let a song breathe. We did the self-titled
Anyone?
Amber.
Well, I like Amber. Me personally, yes.
That song has room to breathe.
I would say that's a later one, but we did the whole Blue record that has Down on it and every
awesome song. Down.
Down is good, but then it's like every song, it's like, and then immediately that rapping dude comes in and he just raps and raps and raps and raps and raps, and then Hexam comes in with his I don't even know flat robot voice, and after a while it starts to grind down on you, like I don't know, like a boot in your face, and and it makes you just start to like hate everything. Like, and didn't we discover, Matt, that record's not even that long, but it feels endless. It's like a 40-minute record, I think, or something like that.
It is not particularly long, but you found each verse to be too long.
Yeah. Oh, there's too many words. I mean, that was my big complaint. Still, if you pull the liner notes out, I mean, it's absurd. It feels like there's no way you could fit this many words into a song, into a group of songs. Too many words. No one needs them. None of them are even that interesting. Yeah, just and everything after, and the thing is that they'll get you in, they'll hit you with something. Because I remember the record after that one, Transistor. I remember the single from that. I like that. Then I would hear other songs from it, and I'd be like, I can't do this to myself.
Yeah.
None of us can do this to ourselves. And then recently, Amy and I were hanging out. We listened to Flowing as just like, hey, do you remember this song? And I was like, oh boy, this is a tough go.
I'm not well versed in 311. I do love their hits, and I feel like they're new metal adjacent, if
Oh,
not
for sure.
new
Definitely.
metal.
Mhm.
It's rock for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
Good distinction. Good distinction.
Yeah, my man, the Hotline TNT manager, Rusty, who I don't know if he's listening, but Rusty just texted me about 311 a week or two ago, because we talk about new metal. He knows I'm into it. I'm in. I'm one of the I'm
Mhm.
on the Roach Coach, friend of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
And he sent me 311. He's like, "Did you ever have a phase with these guys?" And I was like, honestly, not as much as some of the others. Like, not as much as like Incubus. I feel like they were kind of maybe cut from the same cloth a little bit. Obviously, Incubus is way bigger,
Mhm.
but I fuck with 311. And then I also brought up a record that Nick Hexum did a few years ago with George Clanton.
Oh yeah.
Familiar with George?
Yep.
I am not. No.
He's kind of like the king of vaporwave, I would
Yep.
say. Like one of the big vaporwave guys.
Oh.
And they made like a vaporwave pop record together, and it's awesome.
Man, if I like a Nick Hexum thing because
Check it
of his
out.
vaporwave record,
Check it out. But I do think 311 rocks too. I was gonna say something else about it. I can't remember what, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, the other beef we have with 311 though was that we did a Roach Coach live show, and our friend RJ skipped the show in order to go see 311 live instead, and we were very mad at him about that.
Fair enough. But what do you think about? I mean, I feel like 311 is kind of back. Like, have you guys heard the new Turnstile record at all yet?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's funny because that they have this sort of like a little bit of it, but they don't have nearly as many lyrics. Like there's way more space. There's so much space. Maybe too much space.
I do think they're descendants, but or disciples perhaps of 311. But there's differences for sure, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I like the new record, but I feel like it feels like a lateral move after Glow On. Like Glow On was the one, and it's like Glow On Junior. I don't know. I didn't feel
I'm a big fan. I really like it. I understand exactly what you're saying. It is hard for me to disagree. I think they've refined it. I don't mind the pop 80s moves that they made within it. And this is kind of just a larger rock thing of like anything that gets people out to see shows and excited is I'm going to hitch my wagon to it because I think the world needs more of that. So
I'm with you. I love Turnstile.
Huge
fan of the band. We went to their Brooklyn show and the record came out. It was incredible. I mean, super in touch with youth culture, and I agree with you. We want more of that. So
and to your point, like I loved the Idols record that broke them really over here, which is Joy as an Act of Resistance, and I remember seeing them kind of that tour, and it was the same type of thing where it was like they went on to make a bunch of albums that sounded unfortunately a little too similar to that, or they tried to get away from it in a way that I don't think was really as authentic to them. Still fun stuff, but like that record for me was very like, holy, this is the future of music type thing. And it was the same feeling I get when I watch Turnstile, where it's like, this is exciting. This is what I want from modern rock, like modern
music,
want it. I want it to be exciting. I want it to have that sense of just like you hear what I'm feeling here, and when we play live, you see it. And I'm like, fuck yeah, of course. That's what I want every single time, instead of like, this is performative and here's like I that has its place, but that doesn't make me feel like fucking excited like they can and Turnstile does.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Old man over here. Just old man. And in my day,
what Matt is trying to say is you got to get out and support the scene. Okay,
you got to see these bands. You got to see Hotline TNT on tour.
You got to put boots on the ground. Hotline TNT on tour now, playing all around. They're road dogs. Get out there. When I got to see you guys, Will, it was a smaller show. Yeah. And I would say like there were hardcores in the audience, but everyone's like, it's a smaller room. But I've seen these videos from the shows you've been doing.
Buddy.
These pits, these people, You are riling them up.
We're
They're
trying to.
going
I mean, I'm glad that the social media is making it look that way to anyone who's not at the show. That's what we want. And yes, they are actually all like that every single show. Too.
There was a picture from, I believe, your shows in Brooklyn, where I believe the air conditioning, or at least the cooling, or you were supposed to be outside and they put you inside. It looked like you were playing in the hottest place on earth, and everybody there was like, "It doesn't make it hotter."
That's right.
Hey, Hotline TNT, fuck it, turn up the heat.
We're just gonna grind harder.
I loved it.
Yeah, that show was cool. It was our record release show. We were supposed to be on the rooftop. Had it all planned out. It was like months of planning, and like 11 p.m. the night before, they were like, "Actually, guys, we can't have you outside." It was like, I don't have a lot of nice things to say about this venue. I won't name it on this podcast. I won't give them the satisfaction.
Why give them the plug?
Don't give them the promo. Don't give
exactly.
them the promo.
No, fuck them. But we don't. Again, it was like, we don't care. We're still gonna kick ass. We're gonna kick ass inside, outside, underground, whatever you want. And that show was awesome. But
when I got to see you when you played here, and you played in Hamtramck, and what I liked about it, and kind of coming back to this thing of like what made it exciting, is like you take your songs and you do different things with them, like the way that you extended Protocol, and I was like, I could literally listen to the beginning of this song for another 10 minutes and I'd be fine. I was like so energetically locked in. I was like, when it was almost like, on my word, unleash hell. It was like that type of.
That's
like,
our shtick for sure.
But it was so exciting. Like, I loved it so much, and I was like, I know it's happening. I've been to enough shows. I know what you're doing, and I'm like, I want it. I want it all.
I'm really glad to have this on recording, because the bandmates sometimes are just like, "Well, dude, stop extending the intro." Like, just like they're getting bored, and I'm just like, no, they're not. They want it. They like it.
You're lighting the fuse. You're lighting the fuse.
Right.
You're building the tension. Absolutely.
Unwound did it before us. It's a thing we try to.
Because when that bass line sneaks in, I'm always like, it's so good.
Yep. But yeah, getting back to the what was it? Not Bowling Green. Lexington. Where was it? In Kentucky.
Oh, Louisville.
Louisville. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was our second time playing that room, and I think we talked about this. First time we played, it was sold out, and it was a weekend, end of the tour. And then this time it was the first night of a tour, and there was no opening band at all. I think did we talk about this?
I don't know if we really talked about it. You kind of insinuated, because I think at one point, I think you said, like, let's just do this shit. Like, it was like, at some point you were just like, all right, enough people are here. Let's just do this shit. Let's just do
it was a little awkward, because, like, I don't know. You guys have been to enough shows. We've all been to shows where it's like, usually there's a local band and an opening band, and then there's the headline. It's just like, we pulled up, did our sound check, and we asked the sound guy, I was like, all right, so does the opening band want to use our stuff? And they were like, what do you mean? There's no opening bands. And I was like, it's just us? Like, I was a little worried. Like, people spend like $20-$25 to come to the show. Like, I hope they're going to walk away feeling like they got enough entertainment. We're going to do our part, and I think we did. But
I think you did, yeah. I mean, the other thing is, is for old guys like me and Matt, you tell me it's just the main band and no opener, no complaints. No complaints. Yeah. Sloan's been doing no openers for years, and us Sloan heads are happy about it. We're thrilled. Thank you. Continue this going. They do 2 sets. They'll do an album front to back, and then they'll take a break, and they'll come back and do a bunch of other hits. It's a dream. It's what you want.
Lauren, the biggest gift that you've truly given me lately is letting me know that Block Party went on at 9:30. Because I rolled in at 9:15, got reduced parking.
Hey now.
Walked in, got to the seats, lights out, boom. I was like, this is VIP stuff right here.
One of the great gifts of this show was the time that we all went out to eat before Poppy, and it ended up taking a little bit longer to eat, and we walked into the venue, lights down Poppy. The dream.
Yeah.
The dream.
I love, I mean, I get a lot of hookups through our booking agent. Anytime there's a show in New York I want to see, I'm like, hey, can we get tickets to whatever? Mac DeMarco is coming to town. Can we get tickets? And he'll text me, yep, here's the guest list, and here's the run of show. speakers, and they're gonna go on. I'm like, this is perfect. This is one of the perks
That is a
of a
perk.
booking agent. So
That's because I mean, yeah, I'm out here like I remember. Oh man, there was a show once. I was like messaging the venue on Twitter back when you could do like actually get answers, and I was like, when do the bands go on? What's the set times? Please, God, help me.
yeah,
Yeah. So I think that was a Run the Jewels show actually, which ended up being a kind of a bust because they blew their speakers and they couldn't even do the show. That's
not everything works the way the Thunderbird and the Firebird worked in the
Mm.
80s. Blowing speakers. But
that's true.
Or my sweet 87 arrives.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
last story I'm going to tell about a car
Mhm.
listening to a song real quick since
I love it.
since I brought it
you
up
can
again.
tell him all night.
Yes.
I'm in.
Okay, I'm in 7th grade. So 2001, 9/11 year. I'm going to band practice. I was like my first little garage band, which was called Grandpa's Pirate Ship.
Love it.
And my drummer, his name is Mike Toyson, the heir to the Toyson dealership of Chippewa Valley. We were getting a ride. None of us could drive. We were getting a ride from his older brother, John Toyson. And he put a CD in the car. No idea what kind of car it was. Put a CD in the car, and I hear the first chords of, see if you can get this one, Matt. Forgive me. Yep, right there. I was like, dude, what is this? Because this is awesome. The Get Up Kids, 4 Minute Mile. And I was hooked. I was like, this is so underground. I don't know what this is. It's so alternative. Because, at this time in my life, I was like, Blink-182, Sum 41. Yeah. Pop punk is my thing. I don't know what this emo thing is, though. This is cool. But yeah, Get Up Kid. Very formative. I can still see like the stretch of the road we were on, like taking that turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can. I'm a fan of the techno band Underworld. But the reason why I'm a fan of that band is I was in my friend Jay's basement, and they have this song. It is Dirty Epic off the first full length, and he put it on, and I'm like, bullshit speakers, just like came with a steering wheel speakers from like Comp USA, and the song is very long, at least 10 minutes, and he was my computer friend, so he just had a monitor with that old Windows visual analyzer,
Windows Media Player.
Yeah,
pretty much, and that was it. And that song played, and probably 4 or 5 of us in the room, not talking, not high, watching a video analyzer, listening to that song, and I'm like, I still think about it. I still think about it today. Like if I put that song on, I'm like there in that room in that moment where it was like it finished and Oliver was like, you should play that song again. Just play that song.
Yep.
It's just that I love that. It's just magic, man.
Yeah.
Music's magic. It is.
Music is magic. That's
Music is
really
That's what I
awesome.
like to say.
yes.
Love music.
That's what we're all saying. That's what we're all saying. I had other stuff on this list, but I don't think it even matters.
Well,
Just freewheeling.
We're freewheeling. I do want to throw out there, because we have been making internet clips, because that's what you gotta do, baby. You gotta get engagement.
You gotta.
Short form video.
You gotta make that short form video that basically undersells your long conversations with context clues and important things like that. But if you're game, and if you're not, don't worry about it. You want to play a little this or that with Linkin Park songs?
Sure. Did we play this last time? I can't even remember now.
We've never played anything. We did the whole album, but
Yep.
we've never done any internet games.
Refresh the rules for me.
I'm going to give you 2 songs. You're going to choose one, and that one will continue on to face another song until we run through the list, or we're both like, and that's enough.
Okay.
So I will.
I'm just making sure I have like enough like song titles memorized from it would be the first 2 albums plus One More Light.
Yep. Trust me, I'm taking care of you.
Okay.
Nothing from the hunting party, Matt?
No, you know, what can I do? You want me to put something from the hunting party on there? Because I'm
Matt,
not going
I don't
to.
even think I know anything from the hunting party. So, yeah.
All right.
Do you like play clips like of the songs?
I can.
Okay.
I can absolutely play clips to help you out.
Also, I'm on Apple Music right now, and I'm looking at the Meteora cover, which is looking very unfamiliar to me. What the fuck is that?
That's the
Oh.
special edition. That's the I think that's the 20th
20th
anniversary. Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Whenever they do these, it honestly, it's not as bad as when like a movie has like a really great poster, and then when the DVD comes out, they just put a bunch of floating photoshopped heads on it, and it's like Goodfellas starring this mush that looks like Robert De Niro. But still, at the same time, they're always messing with the covers in a way that I'm like, that's not true. That's not what was going on there.
No,
Come on.
Everything's just getting worse all the time. But
Because here's the thing: in 10 years, they're gonna tell you, they're gonna be like, listen, Raspberry Moon, you did a beautiful cover here, but have you thought about hologramming it, adding a square, maybe? I don't know. Maybe putting your face on it with your arms crossed.
they're gonna
maybe
do something.
Maybe taking this hard as hell back cover pick and putting it on the front. By the way, this pick, I think I told you this over DM. This pick is hard as hell.
Thanks, man. I think people like have asked like, why is that not the cover? And I'm just like, it's just not, dude. Back is just as important as the front.
I feel like I don't know if we've ever talked about this. You can't, if you're a solo artist, if you're Mariah Carey, you put your face, you put your body on the front.
Yeah.
But if you're a band, you don't put the band on the cover. At least not after the 80s. Like if you're like 80s hair metal band, but I feel like now who's a band? Nirvana never on the cover of an album. Alice in Chains never on the cover of an album. Foo Fighters never on the cover of any of their albums.
Weezer.
Weezer's it.
Yeah.
Weezer's
but there, I mean, I'm thinking of major rock artists right now like that. Weezer obviously did it in a very continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's been done. Like even in indie bands, like I know Big Thief did it a couple times. Like, their 2 albums from like their breakout albums, pretty much.
Okay.
Blondie does it. Yeah, I mean, it's a choice. I'll never do it. I don't think I'll ever do it. I just think it's such an opportunity to like make some more cool art and put it on display. Like, there's enough pictures of us floating around.
I remember specifically buying Big Lizard in my backyard because of the album cover. Like, did not know who the Dead Milkmen were at all, and it was just like, what is this? Lots of metal that my cousin bought was solely based on album cover.
Oh yeah, but same token. I mean, obviously, a lot has happened since this came out. But like, I remember thinking like, the Green album cover was like, that's so cool. Those guys look cool. The Hives too. The White Stripes.
The Hives have a great one.
That's a good point. The Hives do have it. I guess that's the thing of just of like, do you hope that you will look as cool in that moment as time? Because that's the thing, is like those 80s metal bands, a lot of those album covers look cheeseball as hell now. But I think we can all agree the cover to the Blue album then, the cool cover to the Blue album now, still great.
Aged well.
Cool. It's aged very well. Yeah. But I mean, that is I guess the worry, that is the concern.
It's a gamble. It
is. I mean, technically I feel like I'm surprised that Interpol have never done one where they're on it, because Interpol looks cool as hell all the time. As I've said, Interpol, I feel like I'm a broken record on this, and people have told me to shut up. I saw Interpol open for Smashing Pumpkins, and I may have been on an edible, but they were the coolest band I'd ever seen. They had sunglasses on, and it was not sunny.
What year was this?
2023.
Okay, I'm just glad to hear they still look cool.
They are still so cool, and they did old songs, they did new songs. Everything sounded immaculate. It was great.
Awesome.
It was
love
great.
That.
Yes, it honestly, I was kind of wavering because I was like, I don't know, the last record, we're kind of ran it. And then after I saw that, I was like, I'd take it all back. They're great. Even their bad albums are good.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with them, but I'm a fan of Interpol. I'm sure I haven't checked in a while. So
that first record,
it's all about the first record.
I'm an Antics guy. I'm all about Antics. Love Antics.
Even the third record has some pretty cool songs.
Third record's underrated
with the weird animal taxidermy stuff.
Yeah. Our Love to Admire.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I have 10 Linkin Park songs, primarily off of Hybrid Theory and Meteora.
Okay.
Almost exclusively, except for a couple that I'll sneak in here. If you need to hear it, I can pull it up. Not a problem.
Cool.
All right, here we go. Little this or that. We're going to start strong. In the End or Somewhere I Belong. off Meteora.
Easy.
Somewhere I Belong.
Somewhere I Belong. Yeah.
Somewhere I Belong.
In the end, is a pop smash that I don't like to listen to. Probably like a month after the song came out, I was done with it.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
By the way, these are not deep cuts. I'm going to let you know right now. We're going straight down the middle with all of these.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Somewhere I Belong or Crawling?
Are we both supposed to answer, or is this just for me?
This is just for you, Will.
Okay.
Just for you.
I'm going to say Somewhere I Belong, even though Crawling has a very, very special place in my heart, being the first thing I ever heard from them. But Somewhere I Belong is just too hard and too like awesome. Like it just kicks ass. But Crawling's close for me.
Somewhere I Belong or Numb?
Somewhere I Belong.
All right.
It's like that riff is just.
Oh, it's a great riff.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to say it. I don't have to say it. Yeah.
We're gonna have to play it after this because we're gonna need to hear it. Somewhere I Belong or Paper Cut?
This one I'd go Paper Cut.
All right.
Paper Cut's dethroning. It'd be funny if I went the whole thing.
If it just ran the table.
Paper Cut has the intro is just it's perfect, and I don't know. Am I supposed to get into this right now?
I care what you think about it, so
okay.
You can say whatever you want.
Paper Cut is, as far as new metal goes, it's pretty much like perfect and beautiful, in my opinion. And it's track ones are very important to me, and this is a great track one.
Paper Cut or Faint?
If I can do it.
Can you actually play both real quick?
Of course. Yes, you can. I'll A/B it right now.
I think I know my answer, but I want to just want to hear them both.
Yep. Here's Paper Cut, and here's Faint.
Paper Cut. Paper Cut.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Faint is very like it pushed the genre forward a little bit, I think. And it's funny, we were talking about this earlier, but like I get some of the Fort Minor stuff creeping in like that. More of like the Shinoda stuff and Joseph getting in there. I feel like there's the stars on this song. Right. But I need Brad. Give me Brad.
Love it.
Also, I heard I saw a TikTok recently, or maybe it was on Twitter, but someone was breaking down that sample. Did you guys see that?
Yes, I have seen that.
I did see this. It blew me away. I had no idea.
It's a reverse of
James Bond movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is like, that was cool. I like seeing that stuff, but can't touch Paper Cut, man.
Well, we'll keep going.
You're gonna get cut.
I feel like Paper Cut might run the table on the rest of these, but we're gonna find out. Paper Cut, one step closer.
I mean, that's track 1, track 2, right there. One step closer. I mean, we all, everyone in this room knows that Hybrid Theory is a no skip. Pretty much. So it's really hard to say, but I would go Paper Cut.
All right. Paper Cut, Breaking the Habit.
Yeah, Paper Cut.
Paper Cut, New Divide from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen.
I mean, that has lent itself to some awesome content over the years. We've seen it in a lot of different settings, but let's Paper Cut.
Paper Cut or Heavy featuring Kiara from One More Light.
Despite my soft spot, we're going to stick with Paper Cut.
Paper Cut's a winner.
Paper Cut's the winner.
Yes!
It's Paper Cut. It also is kind of like, damn, like for me, their first track they ever put out is the best one, and it was all downhill from there. Track 1, album 1, and then the rest is not ever going to touch that.
I mean, listen, one's all you need sometimes.
Yeah. It is the blueprint, literally, to the rest of the catalog.
Yeah,
you gotta hook them in somehow.
100% the skeleton key. Like,
I've been chasing that light ever since. But.
That's right. That's right. Have you dipped in at all into the new record?
I probably listened to a track or two when it came out, but I'm just not really.
It's interesting because I've given it a couple listens. It was one of those ones where the first listen I was like, all right, okay, all right, and then like the second listen I was like, wow, you take the shock of the new off this, and yeah, it's okay, but I haven't really gone back. I mean, and then Matt and I were talking about it, and it's like you can just sort of track the descendants of so many of the songs where it's like this is just a variation on this song, and then I don't even remember what the song is called, but there's
Faint
one
Part 2.
Faint Part 2. Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, where it's just like this is basically just Faint again.
Weird.
And it's also the best song in the album.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to tap in, but I should have probably done that leading up to this, but I didn't. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just not Linkin Park anymore. I hate to say it. It's just bands have done it, and I think they're in a very bad press, good press, failure, success, whatever. It's like they're in a very intriguing era, and I'm not done with this band yet. I'm keeping up, even though I haven't listened to the album yet. Like, I would be curious to see the live show, especially after this conversation. So,
I mean, I feel like it's one of those things though where it's like if they just had one song that like everyone went, can't
So,
deny that, can't deny that, because
They
we
did
were
it
talking,
again.
yeah, because we were talking about like it's not unprecedented to have your lead singer either leave or pass
Sure.
away or something and be
Yeah.
replaced. And so many bands have done it and they've been successful. But when we've had this conversation, I think we've kind of overlooked the fact of like there was a song or a moment that took it, that it was like, okay, we're fine with this. Like it's
Or
like
they had already transcended into nostalgia act.
Mhm.
Because I kind of feel like a couple of like adding Adam Lambert to Queen, by the time
Yeah.
Adam Lambert got there, they were already into that portion of the career, rather than I didn't want to hear new music from
right.
Sans Freddie Mercury Queen.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I
It
feel
was-
that's different
and
category.
Journey.
You know, it's like
yeah,
Yeah.
it's completely
what's
separate.
Well,
what's the other one I'm thinking of?
But like AC/DC,
AC/DC,
Yeah.
Van Halen, there's
Sure.
at least, and I don't really care for the Van Hagar stuff, but at least I know there are songs that like when they came out, everyone went, oh, okay, we've shifted. It's Van Halen. It's in a different way, but I get where they're going. And,
I just saw an
pound
interview.
cake, baby.
I just saw an interview with Diamond Dave, and someone asked, was like, well, do you think you do any of those Sammy songs live? And he's like, no way, man. You got 100% prime beef cake. And I was like, and when he says it, he gets away with it. But when I think about it, it just makes me chuckle.
There's only
One
one
of one.
Diamond Dave. There's only
One
one
of one.
Diamond Dave. Where do you stand on Van Halen, Will? I don't know if we've ever talked Van Halen.
I don't know Van Halen that well. I mean, I know the hits, but like, to me, I was born in '89, so a little later from that
Yeah.
music, obviously. But like, when I think of that era of metal, I go to Def Leppard. That's kind of my.
Oh,
I feel like those two kind of rivals at the time. Would you say that or not really?
I feel like Eddie Van Halen kind of took Van Halen, like they were kind of like transcended the hair metal, because it was like they managed to escape the 80s with Hagar into the 90s, and it really, I mean, I think the wheels only fell off because they couldn't keep things together with Hagar, and then the
Well, I
attempt
feel
to
like-
get back with Diamond Dave fell apart in like 96, and then they attempted the Gary Sharon stuff. But I think if the Diamond Dave reunion had happened in 96, that's a real like sliding doors. I think it'd be a different story.
But I feel to kind of answer that properly in terms of Def Leppard, trajectory wise, they both really had transcended hair metal in popularity, because it was kind of like Poison, Motley Crue were some of the most popular hair metal bands, but Def Leppard were still a little bit different. They weren't really a hair band to me. Maybe some people consider them. And then once Van Halen lost Dave and went into Sammy Hagarville, like they just kind of became not like ZZ Top, but ZZ Top tier rock, where it was like mainstream,
Rock band,
accessible rock and roll band, not trying to be Winger, not trying to be White Snake or something along those lines. They were like, we found our pocket, and it's Crystal Pepsi ads and stuff like that. Whereas like when Let's Get Rocked came out from Def Leppard, and they were still trying to figure out their way out of the hair metal thing, they just couldn't do it. I remember seeing that on the MTV Music Awards, and it was just like, no, it's over.
Well, I was gonna say my understanding of most of these bands, especially Van Halen, is like being a kid and watching the TV show I Love the '80s on VH1.
Yeah.
And it was just all it talked about was like, and then they put out Jump, and it was like, there's keyboards in the song. Like, what is this? And everyone was like,
No,
feigning shock. Maybe it was shocking, but
so there was a radio station in Detroit when we were growing up called Z-Rock, and this is like pre-consolidation in the late 90s, and so they would have evening shows where it would be like the evening Van Halen show, and some DJ would come on who was, you could tell, was like a deep fan, and he would talk very seriously and without irony about the highs and lows of Van Halen and the mistakes of doing Jump. How Jump, with its decision to lean into the synthesizer, pushed away the fans of the real music of the guitar, and all of that type of thing. When it's like, it's probably not as much thought as this guy's giving it.
I love that shit though. I love that people care that much, and I kind of love the radio for the DJs. I want to hear DJs talk about the bands like that.
Yeah,
but
I when Ozzy passed, I told this story, but like, it was so cataclysmic that like literally the iHeartRadio dropped and an actual fucking person came on, like an actual DJ, and it was like taking calls, having people call in,
the best,
and like very emotional people, and it was like, I was riveted. I stayed in my car extra just to hear more. Like, it was 5 to it was like an hour plus block of just like people talking about Ozzy, playing a song, coming back to it, like people crying on. It was awesome. I loved it. I saw that. Yeah, what's up,
Jill? They saw your hand, Jill. She's running back, and I told you, we just moved into this place, and she's like running back and forth throughout. It's like a railroad apartment. Sorry. Anyway, back to Ozzy and the call. Yeah, I mean, I love talk radio too. I regularly will stay in the car to like listen to like call-in shows if they're good. But I'd love to hear that Ozzy program at some point.
Is there, because you're a basketball guy, I know this, like zine, hardcore, hard in the paint, as it were, for the NBA stuff. Was there a show in the Midwest that kind of hooked you in, or was it just you general like, hey, I've always liked this?
I got into the NBA at the end of high school. There was no radio program or anything, but sports talk did hook me in. Jim Rome, familiar with Jim Rome?
Yep.
His show to this day I can put on any day of the week, and especially when he talks NBA, it's like I'm here for it. And he's got a whole culture behind like his callers, and like I love that shit. But he's also he's a music guy too. He's a huge Replacements fan, and like has had Paul Westerberg on the show a bunch of times. So that's awesome. Yeah.
I love the Replacements.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on the remaster of Tim? Pro or con?
Con.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Also, I'm not like the biggest Replacements nerd. I fuck with them. I like Replacements, but anyone who knows me knows that I'm on the Husker Du side of things as far as Minneapolis bands in the 80s.
Okay.
But I don't like the way the new version sounds. I think it sounded cooler the original way.
Interesting. See, I don't know. It felt like a revelation to me when I put it on. I was very much like, I wasn't sure because it can go either way. But I listened. I don't know. It felt like it just super powered every song. I already loved, that was already my favorite Replacements album, and then it just like, upped it to another level. But I know what you mean though, because there's a remastered My Chemical Romance 3 Cheers, and that feels wrong. Listening to that felt like I don't know, like you listen to it and you're like, I don't know, does this hand have 7 fingers instead of 5? Like something everything is wrong. It's like looking at a picture and it's like, yeah, it's my family, but like, wait a minute, who's this guy? I don't have any kid. I don't have a brother. I have a sister. Who's this guy? It felt weird. Is that how you felt about it?
I like the warts, I like the weird, like kind of. I'm not even gonna say lo-fi because it's not really lo-fi, but like it's what that album is for me. That era, that year that it was made, in that studio, that's the charm, So I think it's fine. It's not like it doesn't do anything to disservice the original, but it's just like a different sounding album to me.
But in the way that it's like listening on the AM radio station in your car versus here's the CD and everything's been fixed and it's all.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's two very different experiences. And like, I don't know, aesthetically,
It's, you know,
there is one that's kind of like, I like it a little dirty. I like it a little rougher.
same. Do we need to see Hayden Christensen's ghost at the end of Return of the Jedi?
No,
No, we don't.
no.
No, we don't.
That's what it's the same thing for me.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair. Well said. Okay.
Yeah.
well,
And I
then-
don't need to know who Yoda's dad is.
No.
I don't. It gives me nothing.
Mm-mm.
Wait, is that a
No.
thing?
No, I just like with all the Star Wars stuff, it's always answering questions that I've never asked. It's
Right.
like, I don't care. Yoda's the coolest. Can Yoda just be cool? I don't need a Yoda backstory. Barely needed an Obi-Wan backstory. Just
I
let him be
bailed.
cool.
I think I bailed
Can
on
they-
Obi-Wan series after a
Yeah,
couple
can they
episodes.
just be cool, please? Just let him
Yeah.
fucking do the thing. They're already there. This is better. Stop.
I mean, I'm of the opinion Star Wars should never have been on TV. That's a movie. You shouldn't have made it a TV anything. That's where I stand. That's where I stand.
I'm not gonna fight you on that one. Mandalorian was kind of cool though.
I would watch it with my son, and then sometimes I would just zone out, and I don't know. Like I was like, I feel like I should be a little bit more engaged. I feel like it shouldn't. I don't know. It was one of those things also where it's like playing with all the signifiers, so it feels like a stolen valor a little bit. It's like, yeah, if you play this Star Warsy theme and you have the little beeps and boops of the robots, then I feel like it feels right, but it's not it.
Yeah.
And you know, they've diluted it since then. I watched this one with a bunch of kids running around with Jude Law, and I was like, what are we doing with our lives? What are we doing with our
Yeah,
lives?
We could spend a whole podcast on Star Wars stuff.
We
but
could. We could.
probably shouldn't.
To keep it new metal, a couple more. I wanted to ask you
keep it
to keep it moving, to keep it new metal. I wanted to ask you, Will. It was recently word came out that Korn is working on a new record, and they are recording it analog, just them in the studio, putting it on tape, keeping it real, and they keep looking in the booth for the guy to give them the thumbs up to start playing. This detail tickled Matt and I because we have always guessed at what it's like to make a record. We've never made a record. We've always guessed. And we love the idea that we've been joking for 400 plus episodes about the idea of Slipknot or whoever sitting in the studio, spine shank, and then one guy behind the glass going, thumbs up. And then they start recording. And then here's Korn just like saying, yup, that's exactly what we're doing. So I wanted to ask you, one, your thoughts on them going analog, baby. And two, when you record your albums, are you looking to a man behind the glass to give you the thumbs up?
Okay. So first part,
hard hitting journalist.
I think Korn knows their audience. I think they know they're going to tickle the Roach Coach and me. I don't think their studio experience is going to be what they're marketing it to be. But I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that the album turns out awesome and it sounds like the old albums. But I might be wrong on that. More or less, I mean, yeah, there's a guy. We don't have a glass door in our studio or a glass window, but yeah, it's just I mean, they're not like making up a total fantasy. This is pretty much what it's like for low-level bands or any band to just be like, all right, there's a guy saying we're rolling. Go ahead, hit play. I mean, I don't know. I guess if they're really doing it analog, then I have no idea. They might be. Like we do our albums piece by piece, drums first, then guitar, then everything happens one thing at a time for the most part. So like we don't need anyone telling us with a thumbs up. It's just like we hear the click track coming in and we start playing with it. But
yeah.
I'm getting in the weeds here a little bit. But yeah, I hope it kicks ass, guys. I saw some Lollapalooza footage.
I watched it as well. They did the damn thing.
What did you? I feel like we probably saw the same TikTok or whatever it was of like the blind intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Those kids in the audience.
Yeah, I just saw like an audience video, and like the comments
Oh.
were just like, "Yeah, this crowd didn't deserve Korn. You guys need to get fucking lit." Like, I was like, I mean, it's 2025. What do you think's gonna happen? But it was awesome though.
It was incredible. I mean, I thought they sounded great. They did Dirty. They did My Time. They were playing tracks for me. It's funny. I let my son stay up late, because I was like, yeah, you can run around, do whatever you, I don't care. And then at one point I was just commenting to someone who has no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm just like, oh, dirty. He's like, what's that? I'm like, this song. He's like, oh, okay. And then he leaves. So yeah, it was very exciting. Just to, and also, I mean, clearly Did My Time is just moving its way up in the Korn pantheon. And they did Y'all Want a Single too, because everyone wants to yell that, they all want to yell that line.
Dude, I fucking love that song. It's one of my favorite Korn tracks.
I mean, it's moving. That's one's moving up in my personal pantheon. Yeah.
That one, the live show really bumped it up. I think the studio version's good. Live, it gets the bump. This is where I appreciate the audience being like, "Fuck that, fuck that." Like,
what's the radio edit version of that song? They say something.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, geez, that's a good question. Yeah, it's not. It's
there is a radio edit, I know, but I can't think of what he says.
Let me see if it says suck.
It's just suck that.
Yep, the radio edit. Yeah, so it's it says suck that, and then the fuck that shit line is changed to suck on it.
That's better. Yeah, song honestly kind of rules.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we play it right now. I'm like, yeah, this song.
Yeah, that's good.
I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember Carson Daly introducing that song on MTV, like when they dropped it.
Oh, I'm certain. That would have been 2003, so Carson would have still been hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he still would have been hosting.
I don't know if it might not even been TRL, but yeah, I don't know. But
they wouldn't have handed it over to Caduce just yet, right? No.
I'm just trying to remember if what the context was.
Right, Caduce cut.
Korn was still reigning supreme.
2003, he would have been gone.
He would have been gone.
He might have shown up a couple of times though.
Yeah, I'm saying it might not have been TRL. It might have been some weird little like, hey, Korn's still here. They're putting music out. They have a new single. It's called Y'all Want a Single. Yeah, I wish it's like that faint of a memory of just seeing it on TV, the premiere, some context. But
is it possible that they did his show, or is his show too small?
Nah, I don't think it was a late night show. I think it was it was a video premiere, so it wasn't like.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of it's funny, that show not watchable, but so many good bands, so many small bands played Carson Daly show. It's kind of nuts. At what I mean in Detroit, Matt, that would have been like 3:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. It was so late.
Yeah, that would have been 2:30.
I had a couple friends do their late night debuts on the Carson Daly show. White Lung, remember that band?
Oh yeah.
They were on Carson's show. Awesome.
Have you guys had a late night debut yet?
We have not.
Not yet. Interesting. Now, is this come down to the bookers, or does this come down to like you got to yell at your management to like, hey, get me on the TV?
Oh, they know we want it. Everyone knows we want it. Everybody wants it. This is more of a publicist thing. We have a publicist who's pitching us to all the TV shows, and we've been asked twice now to do Colbert at Home. You've seen that? It's a YouTube series.
Okay, I've never heard of this. Okay, so, Colbert at Home.
The Colbert Show has like a YouTube series where bands like produce their own videos that they like host on the Late Night with Colbert YouTube channel.
Okay.
And my reaction when they asked us the first time was like, we just want to do the real thing. We're not going to do like a fake Colbert thing. But my understanding is that it's like it's a entry point to like have the TV bookers talking about you and know who you are and stuff. So they asked us this time, and it was just like a bad time. We couldn't make it happen with the deadline. And that was like, I think 2 days before Colbert said, hey, we're done. Like,
oh wow.
But I think there's still a chance. I mean, it's another year yet of him being on the air. So yeah, we're still waiting for our shot,
Right on.
Yeah, next season of Mulaney, I feel like you guys would slide right in.
Dude, I put the word in. We want Mulaney's show for sure. But I think with that, even with like NPR Tiny Desk, it's so much has to do with like you have to be in Washington D.C. on a Thursday, like while they're ready to go. It's like it's hard to line up perfectly. But
That's tough. That's tough.
I'm
Well,
I'm sure that's
drop
the only
everything and be
reason
here.
why we haven't been on those shows.
That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only
100%.
reason. Only reason.
Timing.
Timing. It's
just
timing.
timing.
Well, Will, thank you so much for taking time out, chatting with us about new metal and so many other things. Congratulations on the continued success of Raspberry Moon. You will be touring throughout the end of the year. People can find your tour dates by going onto google.com and typing in Hotline TNT tour dates, and they will
Yeah.
find all of them and more. Yes,
That would work.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you help me? Well, how do I
Yes.
properly say your website? Because I always say "assin' up."
That's it. That's it. Association Update is the full zine title.
Yes.
And that got shortened to my dad. Whenever my dad emails me back in the day or texts me about basketball, he says it'll like the subject line of the email will be like re Assen, ASS apostrophe N. That was just his way of saying NBA.
Association.
Yeah. So I adopted that, and it's just Assen Up update. But yeah, assenup.com has all things Hotline, all things Poison Rhythm, my new label. Everything about me is on there. So yeah,
Perfect. Matt, do we want to dip into one more list before we go? Do we
I
want
mean, do you want to? We can. I like a list.
to? Will you want to dip into a new list with us? Kick off the new list.
what's up? What's the new list? What do we do?
So basically, our listeners send us lists of new metal songs they want us to check out.
Oh yeah,
We haven't heard these songs before, so we're gonna hear this for the first time, blind, and just see how we feel.
let's do it.
All right, Matt, we got a brand new list. It's from Chad Radical.
Love Chad Radical.
Chad Radical had given us a list before called Rippers for Roaches. Longtime listeners will know that this was an all-timer list full of rippers, bangers, shredders, and all type of great new metal songs. Now we have its sequel, Rippers for Roaches 2.
The Roach returns.
There it is. Oh, wow, you had that ready to go.
Fucking ready, bro.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Matt, what is our kickoff song for this list?
I love this song title. Same as band title. This is Fight the Fight with Fight the Fight.
You gotta fight the fight. You didn't gotta fight.
Twists.
Turns. Mysteries.
Fights.
Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Unbelievable. The screaming, then the growling. We assume same guy, different guy. Two guys?
Feels
One
like
guy.
two guys.
Okay.
Feels like two guys.
Feels like two guys. All right. I gotta say, early on, those verses were definitely hitting me in a, crazy guy chained up in the basement, but we gave him a mic. He's a little unhinged. But then at that chorus, which really kind of hit, that felt a little bit like, can we comb his hair back? Can we make him presentable for the girls?
So here's our one pager. We're Fight the Fight from Oslo, Norway. Our album Shaw of Time is out. This is a concept album which takes us in a completely new direction. Check out our latest single, Shining, out now. You can catch us on tour in the U.S. and Canada with Leprous and Monuments in September. But I don't know if that's 24 or 25 because the album came out in 24. So they are a 5-piece.
Okay. Yeah, I could see maybe one of the guitarists doing the growling or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it. By the time you cut it off, I was more in than I thought I would be when it started. They had a choke. I think we caught that, where like the instruments still choked. I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the singing was a little threw me off. The delivery. But
I would have personally loved a little more low end. Sounded a little not thin, but lacked a little heft in the bottom end for my ears.
It was almost getting into like screamo or something. Like
yeah. The treble was the star, and
Yeah.
I was like, I need a punch.
and I need some
didn't
riffs.
Well, when it dropped, it was just kind of like it was like a foot.
Yeah.
Right,
It didn't go through the floor. It wasn't subsonic. It was just like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Well,
And I mean, the finger picking chorus was like, whoa, okay, this is new territory. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yes.
nothing else.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, vocally, I was reminded a little bit of Straight from the Path. But Straight from the Path have just more of that like kick you in the solar plexus, knock you down a staircase sound. And this is more of just like we have a crazy guy in the basement.
Yeah.
You know, like he's in the basement, he's a little nuts, but he's in the basement. We haven't let him out of the basement.
So Fight the Fight is off their 2017 album. So I have to imagine that this was on something because it is by far their most played.
Okay. I hate to say it, but then when you said they're from Norway, I was like, oh, okay, they're Euros. That's why it's all. That's why we're not totally getting it. You know, it's like,
Yep,
it's just different over there.
It is just different over there.
Different.
Plus they're traveling with monuments. Have we talked about them? Is that a thing?
No, I don't
Matt?
think so.
Have we? Okay, I don't know. When you said, I was like, monuments. Is that something we've had to deal with, or am I thinking? You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of landmarks.
There it is, with a V.
Landmarks, monuments. Listen, you can see it from space. You don't know what it means. You got to get closer.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, awesome. Great start to a list. Matt, how many songs we got on this list?
Oh, we're full up for a while, buddy.
Oh,
This
good.
is a good list.
Okay.
We've got the rest of the year covered, and then
Perfect.
some.
Perfect. Excellent. All right. Well, Will, thank you so much for coming on the show. Much appreciated.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky. We're on all of those. Send us an email, roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com. Head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/roachcoachpodcast. The crack, the butt rock bracket is coming. It's going to blow your GD mind.
It's gonna blow those cheeks wide open.
Wide open, baby. And until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lauren, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Thanks to both of you guys. I appreciate it. It's fun. Easy to talk to you guys.